You're watching Cover to Cover, our guide to the Sikh and Punjabi books that you need to read. This week we're introducing Guru Nanak Commemorative volume edited by Gurbachan Singh Talib. This book is a hardbound edition that was published in the early 1970s by the Punjabi University of Patiala, and it was published to commemorate the 500th anniversary of the birth of Guru Nanak. Let's take a look at what's inside this mammoth volume. So let's take a look inside and see what it is that you get. If you have a look at the contents, you'll find that there is a number of different chapters that are actually very, very distinct from one another. The first kind of section, the first half a dozen chapters, cover how Guru Nanak Sahib's birth centenary celebrations in 1969 were being celebrated. The first chapter is how it was celebrated within the subcontinent. Second chapter is throughout the rest of the world. There's then a number of chapters that talk about different publications that came out. There is a summary of an international seminar that was held at Punjabi University in Patiala. And then there is a number of different literature, so a catalogue list, if you like, of different literature that was produced to celebrate Guru Nanak's 500th birth anniversary. There are then a number of research papers that are republished in this volume for the reader, as well as a number of significant articles by the editor himself, Gurbachan Singh Talib, Dr. Ganda Singh, and other scholars from the time period. Beyond the contents in the chapter itself, the only other addition in this particular work is the introduction from the editor, which sets the tone of what this whole book is all about, what you will find in it, and provides some context on how in 1969 scholars in the Punjab, the editor, but many of his peers too, were seeing this great auspicious occasion of 500 years since the birth of Guru Nanak. This book is one of those beautiful items that you like to have on your bookshelf because it harks back to an era when things were of a much higher quality, and you might be able to tell through the other side of the lens, but this is a very soft, nice feeling cover, which does make a difference every now and again. But beyond that, it actually is a very hard, heavy, weighted object. And if we take a look inside, what you'll start to see is that there is a slight bit of discoloration on some of the pages, but generally it still has what it's supposed to. It's held up over time very, very well. Now, some of you might be wondering just what is the Guru Nanak Commemorative volume all about though? And that's a good question. This was a volume that was published to reflect the different celebrations that took place, not just in the Punjab or the subcontinent, but throughout the entire world to celebrate the 500th anniversary of Guru Nanak's birth, what's known as the quincentenary, as well as recording and documenting many different events that occurred throughout that year of 1969, many different celebrations, many different publications that came into being. What Gurbachan Singh Talib did in this particular work was bring together introductions, papers and speeches that were made at a number of different significant events, most notably a seminar that was held at the Punjabi University of Patiala itself, where many great scholars as well as politicians and dignitaries of the day spoke on the occasion of Guru Nanak's birth anniversary. Some of the papers and speeches that are presented themselves can be quite insightful and most certainly intriguing. There is a paper in here by Gurbachan Singh, which is a valuable read. The read from Gurbachan Singh Talib himself is a great piece of work, and as you've seen in other cover to covers, he is one of my favorite authors and certainly one of the most reputable interpreters of the Guru Granth Sahib into the English language in published work. What else you will find in this though is a treasure trove of different countries that you would not have imagined that celebrated Guru Nanak's Gurpurb. Now, some of these were only through the form of printed media, others were through celebrations taking place at embassies and official residences, but all of it really does provide us with a look back in time at how that 500th birth anniversary of Guru Nanak was being celebrated. And with this being the last year, that is, being the 550th celebrations of Guru Nanak's birth, it is a poignant moment to take a look at a book like this. I would certainly encourage any scholars who are watching this video to make sure that they have a copy of this book. As I said, it is something of a time capsule and tells you about a world prior to everything from the Anandpur Sahib resolution to the Indian emergency period, and of course the coming of the 21st century, the internet broadband revolution, mobile phone technology taking up as it is, and social media and everything else. This is a really good find and a look back at how it is that Sikh thinkers and Sikh leaders might want to consider celebrating milestone events in Sikhdom. But of course, that's what we think. We want to know what you think. So please leave us a comment below and share your thoughts on the Guru Nanak Commemorative volume edited by Gurbachan Singh Talib. Make sure you subscribe to our Naujwani YouTube channel so that we can see you here again on future editions of Cover to Cover, our guide to the Sikh and Punjabi books that you need to read.